Hello class, welcome to another Z story. So in the last story we learned about how we can stay friends, how even when two people might have a problem with each other or a disagreement or anger, you can talk about it, work through it, and stay friends. And so this story is also about friends, but now we're going to talk about remembering friends. And this is going to be important for us because we haven't been to school in a while. We haven't been able to see our friends, which is really sad, but we can still remember them. So right now, before we start, I want you to think about what is something special that you remember about this school year. All right, I'll give you 10 seconds to think about that. Something special that you remember from when we were back in the classroom. Nice job. In this story, Z and the kids think back on the time they have spent with one another and all of the memories they have together. As you listen to the story, pay attention to how the kids and Z feel as they remember their time together, and listen for what they hope will happen in the future. One afternoon, Z, Kenny, Gabriel, and Kayla were straightening up the treehouse after a busy day of playing. Suddenly, Z exclaimed, "Look everyone, look what I found!" Z had discovered a big box with a stack of old drawings inside. The kids gathered around Z and began looking through the pictures. "That's me," said Z, holding out a drawing of when Z first arrived on Earth. "I made that drawing," said Kayla. "I remember going outside and finding you and your rocket ship behind the bushes. I was so excited to meet you, but also a little bit nervous." Sometimes drawings can bring back memories, because Kayla is remembering what she drew and why she drew it. "I used to feel really shy too," said Z softly. "I didn't know anything about kids." Gabriel gave Z's hand a squeeze. "But then we played together and found out what we have in common, right? Now we know a lot about each other." Z pulled another drawing out of the box. "Now I remember something that we did not have in common," said Z, pointing to the picture of a caterpillar. "We did not all like bugs." The kids laughed. "You're right, Z. We all wanted to do different things with the caterpillar you found in the treehouse. We really had to figure that out together." "We took care of that caterpillar for a long time," said Kenny. "Do you remember how much fun it was when it changed into a butterfly and we let it fly away? Do you remember that?" Everyone nodded and smiled as they thought about that day. Then Z held up another drawing and looked a little sad. The day that some of the kids made a birdhouse wasn't a very fun day. Do you remember why it wasn't a very fun day? That was the day that we hurt each other's feelings. I didn't think we could still be friends. But did they stay friends? Yes, they talked about it and they worked it through. "Don't be sad," said Gabriel. "Sometimes it's hard to get along, but we always work it out and we're all still friends." Z smiled. "You're right. Everyone has helped me learn so much about how children on Earth get along with each other." Z kept digging through some more drawings. "What's this one?" asked Z in a puzzled voice. Puzzled means confused, so Z was confused. Kenny started giggling. "That's a drawing I made of you one day when you had the ziggles. I will always remember the way you danced when you feel ziggly." Remember that story? Z wiggled and twirled around. "Do you mean like this?" Yes, answered the kids, Ziggly, just like that. So ziggles are like the wiggles, or the giggles. And here's how we helped you calm down when you got too ziggly, said Kayla. It's a picture of the bubble machine. And remember they took deep breaths like bubbles, like Oh, I remember the bubble machine, said Z. We used to lay in the grass and watch the bubbles and talk and laugh for hours. That was one of my favorite things to do with my friends. Z and the kids spread the rest of the drawings out on the table. We sure had a lot of good times together, said Gabriel. I think I'm going to remember all of my friends at the treehouse, even when I'm a big kid. Are you going to remember room 15 even when you're a big kid? Z thought about all the kids from the treehouse and the time they had spent together. Z smiled and felt warm inside, and Z hoped that they would all be friends for a very long time. These are all of their friends. So they're remembering all of their friends. This is kind of like, this is their community. Just like room 15 was our community. And it still is our community, even though we can't be with each other all in one place like this. Because of the coronavirus, we can't all be together. But we can still remember each other. Just like in this story, Z and Z's friends were remembering each other and each other's memories. So they were all thinking about what they've done together and they were feeling happy. So this part you can say with me. Z says, whenever we're together, my friends help me discover how children on Earth get along with each other. Z wants all of you to remember the time you have spent with your classmates and the way you have grown and learned and changed together this year. And now you can write or draw to reflect on what you've learned through this story. So something I learned in this story is that I can remember my friends. So I'm going to start my sentence with a capital I, uppercase, big I, and then our sight word can, C-A-N, two finger space, I, C-A-N, can. And now remember, that's a big word, but we can sound it out. So two finger space, R, that's a R, R, E, E, re, M, re, E, re, another M, B, B, so that's an R, but before the R we need a vowel, which is a E, E, R. I can remember, then the sight word my, so two finger space, but when I put my space, there's no more place for me to write, so I'm gonna go under the I and write my, M-Y, two finger space, friends, F-R-I-E-N-D-S, and of course a sentence is not complete without the period. Period. I can remember my friends, period. And now I want to draw when Z was with a whole bunch of friends. So I'm going to draw Z in the middle. And sometimes in these pictures, when Z looks really happy, they make Z's eyes kind of closed like that. So I'm going to draw the eyes like that too. And a big smile. And then I'm going to draw a whole bunch of circles because there were a lot of people in that last photo. And so first up, when I draw people, I draw their head. So I just drew a whole bunch of circles, and now I'm going to add on their necks. I just made little tiny necks. And now I'm going to add on their eyes and their smile. I'm not putting a lot of detail because I want to draw a lot of people. So now I put their eyes and their smile, and now I'm just going to give them all some hair. Hair, some long hair, some short hair, maybe some ponytails. All right, so this is Z and Z's friends, and I wrote, I can remember my friends, just like I can remember all of you. And something else that you can do to help see your friends right now, that way you're not just remembering them in your head, is that every Thursday from 1 to 1:45, me and Miss Vasquez are having a Zoom call. So you can see your friends from our class and Miss Vasquez's class every Thursday at 1 p.m. Thank you. I hope to see you there. Bye.